Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to the plant spot. So today's plant is an aloe vera. Yeah, who figured? The reason we're doing the aloe vera is because my husband has been bugging the crap out of me about this plant. And I guess rightfully so. She toppled over, so we're gonna kill two birds with one stone today. If you like this type of content, stick around. Oh, this is one of those plants that a lot of us struggle with. And today we're going to be repotting her because she's leaning to one side and she toppled over and she lost a couple of leaves in the process. But I want to talk about the aloe vera. Now, we all know, see, this is another leaf that is going to have to go. We all know that aloes have a lot of medicinal properties, good for burns. It's good for your skin. I've read where it's good for the digestive system. We all know, they sell aloe juice and things of that nature. Aloe veras are also considered an invasive species. I did not know that. So I learned something new. But in the home, in my experience, what I've learned about aloes is that they are succulents. And these are one of those plants that just doesn't like to be fussed around with a lot. I wonder. They kind of enough soil for that. You guys can't see what I'm thinking, but let me pull it up here. You'll recall this pot, and I think this might actually not be a bad idea for this plant. It's got some good weight to it, which would help keep her sturdy. So it might be a good idea for her. It's a lot of dirt. Anyway, well, I contemplate that because my idea was just to loosen her up and put her back in this top, but she doesn't stay very well in there. I thought maybe I could reposition her and at the same time get a good look at her roots. But in my home, this owl lives in the kitchen and she is facing a west window. She gets a little bit of direct sun during the afternoon, and I don't water her very often. She gets watered maybe once every 2 weeks, which I'm starting to wonder if maybe that is not so good. As you can see, this leaf wants to come off. And the reason I bought this aloe was because as a child, my mom used to have this plant in the house all the time. And I think it's one of those plants that she could actually grow. I grew up with them all over the place. And in my experience as an adult, I have not been that lucky with growing them. I've always killed them due to overwatering, loving them a little bit too much. So I've erred on the side of neglect as it comes to this plant. And by that I mean I try not to overwire. That is the primary function for me with this one. They see I'm starting to be a little concerned about her. I think maybe I am because the leaves don't feel as succulent as they should. They feel a little bit on the limp side. That's another thing my husband's been bugging me about. It's like you need to give this light some water. I think he might be right in this case. Are these plants easy beginner plants? Potentially yes. If you're not one of those if you're one of those people that want a plant, kind of like set it and forget it, where you don't have to hover over it consistently, it might actually be a good plant for you. I do plan on reusing this soil because there is absolutely nothing wrong with it. I've had this plant, I want to say, for about 2 years. Well, no, maybe a little longer. Maybe about 3 years or so. Butter, you know how you go to Home Depot and they have a whole line of them, and they're usually about yay high. That's how I got this one. And actually, up until now, she's seemed just fine. I think the issue here is that she's gotten a little top heavy, and she's not sitting in the pot as right as well. And I could potentially put her in the pretty pot. Put her in the pretty pot. I don't know. I'm worried about that pretty pot might be too deep. I guess we can put her in the pretty pot. We'll see. Now I'm really gonna have to watch my watering. We're gonna go with my husband's suggestion. He said put her in the pretty pot.
He knows nothing.
He says he knows nothing. He knows something. He's got suggestions. Oh, we got a spider. How nice. You want to go somewhere? How bunny?
Oh,
She sits. I think I'm going to go ahead. You have me see for some reason. I do not have my scissors. Aha! I found my scissors. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut these stems off. They don't look the healthiest. Now, granted, I'm no expert at this, you guys. I again, like I mentioned, I this one is doing well by the grace of God, not by me doing anything specific for her care. Oh, I don't have to fill it up. Yeah, I'm gonna set her right about here, and I'm only gonna take the soil line till about right here. I'm not gonna fill the pot. We'll go ahead and get the rest of this back in there. And I'm going to have to get some more oil because this is not going to be enough. Just sip oil to the moderate. So I've run out of cactus mix. So we're gonna take a chance and just use the regular mix that I use always. I'm just gonna have to understand that this tends to hold on to the moisture a little bit longer, so thus, you know, making it unnecessary for me to have to water consistently. Now, one of the things, if you're like me, you probably struggle with trying to get the water right for this guy. I think that's my issue. I'm afraid to overwater. Therefore, I think I'm underwatering. So even after all this time, I still need to try to get that right. I think she actually does look very good in this pot. Nice choice, E.
we'll see.
Now, but one thing I do know is that aloes tend to pop. And by that I mean, they push out little babies. I've not experienced that with this plant, and I would love for it to do that for me. If you're growing aloes, let me know what you're doing. Um, I think they're a gorgeous plant. They have that structural look to them. She still looks like she's on one side of the pot, but at least now she won't fall over. I know it looks like I'm putting it all on one side. I'm really not. I'm kind of spreading that around on the inside. Okay, I think that's it. If I catch her leaning again, I'll probably give her a steak or something. I don't think I want to take the soil level higher than that. I think this is a good height. So there we have it. Um, I think we went over a couple of things. So care for this plant for me has been to not overwater. I try to water her once every 2 weeks or so. Um, they do enjoy that bright light. Bright light means different things to different people. For me, this plant lives in the west window in my kitchen. I don't fertilize this one as much as I fertilize my others. This one gets fertilized about once a month. Um, let's see. Night water, soil. Well, you guys saw me use cactus mix and I ran out of that. So I used some of the regular chunky mix that I use with all of my plants. I think she'll be fine with that. Um, benefits and care. We talked about how this is used in the cosmetic industry, how it's good for burns, and it's actually good for the digestive system. You can find aloe vera juice in stores and things to help with digestive problems. Other than that, I don't have anything else for you on the aloe vera. Treat her like a succulent and she'll thrive for you too. Guys, if you like this type of content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Let's talk about it. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.